Alright, hello YouTube, what's up? Alright, welcome back. For today's video, I'm gonna be talking about waves of sadness, as you see in the title. Today I'm gonna be using a script because this is a somewhat difficult topic to talk about. It's something, I guess, like, I really don't know how to put my own words into it. It's a really difficult topic. So the reason I wanted to bring this up is because recently I've been feeling this emotion. It's not like sadness per se, but it's like a mix of sadness, but also like nostalgia at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. It's more like the feeling of sorrow. Like, I'll give you an example. Recently, like a couple of days ago, I went shopping with my friends. I was helping one of them pick out clothes so he can increase his wardrobe style. We're trying to get him out of his comfort zone for clothes so he can express himself more, how he feels. And it was really fun hanging out, hanged out, shopped. We hanged out for maybe 3 hours, and then on the way back home, all of a sudden I was hit with this wave of sadness, this emotion, and I was just on the train, had my AirPods in, listening to music, and I was like, wow, why am I sad? I just had a really fun time going back home, and I'm probably gonna do something fun. Which is what I was thinking, but this emotion was just present, even if my mind was telling me something else. Physically, I felt something. I couldn't tell you why, but I felt something. Another example was really recent. Now this one hurt me. I cannot tell you why, but I'll just explain it the best I can. So I was hanging out with one of my best friends. We were hanging out. We're eating foods. We're doing a tour around Tokyo currently, eating different types of foods. Next week we're probably gonna try horse. I might post a video on that. And we were just eating, hanging out, just talking. He was helping me learn Japanese, ways to more efficiently say it, speak it more natural. And we're just having a fun time. We went to the park, we were hanging out, we kicked the soccer ball back and forth for maybe 30 to 40 minutes, somewhere around that time. It was not bad, it was really fun. We just got to chill. Those are my favorite moments, just you're just vibing, chilling. And then we just we're heading back. We said our goodbyes, and he said this is what it's very typical Japanese. You say some type of bye-bye form, bye bye, or mata ne, which means another form of saying bye-bye. But it's usually also followed up by a long wave. You just wait for the other person to leave, and you keep waving until you can't see them anymore, which that makes me so happy. I don't know how to describe it. If it's me doing it or somebody else, it's just makes me happy, even if they don't really mean it or you don't really mean it. Still doing the action means you're giving, I don't know, effort to do it. It made me happy. But when he was talking, he finishes, and then he's like, "Kyotsukeru ne," which means be safe on your way home. It kind of means that, be safe on your way home. And when he said that, I don't know, I can't describe it, but deep down in that moment, my eyes started swelling up with tears. I can't tell you why, but when he said that, hit I felt it deep down. It hurt. I don't know why, but I had to wipe my eyes. It was I don't know how to describe, but like something. I don't know if it was like nostalgic. I just will call it sorrow for this reason, or like a wave of sadness. But it hits all of a sudden. Like I can't tell you what that emotion was, but it hurt, man. Like I was just sitting there, and then like I think my friend noticed, so like he just hugged me, and then like we left. But like I just felt that myself. Like I was like, holy crap! Like I ended up saying the same thing to him, but like I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, what's going on? Why am I feeling this way? Like, why is it hurting so bad? Like, it just felt so. I can't describe it. It was just like that type of emotion, you know. Right. Now I'll give more examples later on, but let's talk about like what is the definition of sadness, like in a whole. According to like this website, sadness is like a temporary state that one goes into, and it's usually because of a disappointment or a bottled up emotion or an event that you're replaying in your head, which causes you to express this negative emotion express this like sad or like unfrustrated emotion. A lot of these come in forms of like crying, feeling numb. There's like other ways, like you struggle to concentrate, or just feel like you're drained, like you're lost, like you're just there. You're just there, like you're feeling the world from a third person's perspective. Instead, you know how like in this world, like, we always see in first person, but like if you ever get to experience it, sometimes like I've only experienced this like maybe twice in my life, but like this is a type of sadness where like you just start seeing the world from a third perspective. Like take an example, back in middle school for me, no, not middle school, I'd say around like sophomore year of high school. This is when I like probably the first time I experienced this. Like I was hanging out with my parents, we're eating, and all of a sudden like I zone out, like I was out of the conversation. They were talking and I was just there. Like my face was like, but my face, yeah, it was just like I was not moving, but like I could see through my eyes. I was just there listening, and like in my head I was thinking about like, holy crap, like what and why am I here? Like what's the purpose of this? Like I'm just like here, just like hanging out with my family, like people I really love, but like I'm just there, you know. I can't explain to you what I was feeling in that moment, but like all I felt was like it was a type of sadness where like I was out of the moment. Like I was just watching from third perspective. I couldn't do nothing. I couldn't tell them that I was feeling this way. I was just like watching them like this. Yeah. It felt really awkward. I'm glad I haven't felt like that in a long time, but if you feel like that, I guess like the best way to like try to open up to somebody, at least somebody, even if it's online, just telling somebody, I think it's the best way to get over that type of sadness, if you ever feel that type of sadness. And then I'll go over another example. Let's see. Around like a week ago, I was hanging out with another friend. We were coming back from a like club meeting at our school. We were both on the train. We were like chatting, having fun, talking to each other on the train. Well, in Japan, you should not talk on the trains, but it was one of those special, lively trains, Japan, where it's like not the last train, but it almost is. It's like around like 10:30 to 11:30, where the trains are usually bustling with like noise, and we were just talking to each other, and all of a sudden, like, both of us just like silently die down, and we were like sitting there like that. And then he spoke to me. He was like, sorry about that. Like, I felt sad all of a sudden, and I just look at him. I was like, you felt that too? I like tilt my head. I'm like, really? Like, oh yeah. I was like, all of a sudden. He was like, yeah, all of a sudden, like, I just wanted to like cry, if it's okay. And I was like, yeah, it's okay to cry. It's fine. Nobody will really notice, and if somebody notices, doesn't really care. He was like, okay. And then he like has some tears fall down his eyes. I'm like, oh dang. I'm thinking to myself too, because like all this moment I'm feeling sad. Like, it happened simultaneously for both of us. I was like, but for me, the reason I was tearing up, but like the reason I couldn't cry, it was like I didn't know why I was sad. It was more like a tear streaming down one eye, like this. And I was like, what the heck? Like, why are we sad? Like, we were just like chatting, like a snap, a wave of sadness hit both of us at that moment. Like, going from a positive talk, like ha ha ha, laughing, all funny, and then it just ended. Once we got off the train, we started talking again, but it was slightly different. He said sorry about that. I was like, no worries, you know, it happens, you know. But he couldn't figure out, but I couldn't figure out either why we were sad at the moment. It was just like there. Another one I felt was today, the day I'm recording this video. I was in class around like 3 hours ago. Like, it's a pretty fun class. I really enjoyed this class. It's one of the few classes I actually feel like I'm learning my Japanese, like my own hobby. Like, I feel like I'm actually leveling up in that class. So I feel really excited to do that class. I'm going in that class, I'm like answering the answers when the teacher calls on me. I'm like writing down, like, on my paper, like guesses. It's okay if it's wrong. It's just like guesses to see if you're correct. So I'm like, okay, let's see if I can shoot my best shot. Try my best. I'm like writing. And I'm like, okay. It's not bad. And the teacher answers. I'm checking out my answers. Perfect. Almost perfect. I got an 8 out of like 10. I was like, sweet. For most of these words I didn't know. Did pretty good. Just guessed it based on like kanji, like context. And all of a sudden, like, I just felt that wave of sadness again. Like, I kind of like, there was just like, sitting there, I was like, man. After like it finished, I was like, man, why am I here, bro? Again, I was like, dang. In my head, I was like, dang, why am I here? It's not like I wanted to disappear. It was just like, why? Just why? Can't describe, but like, I just was just saying why in my head, like why? So I was just sitting there, I was like, man, I just guess, just wait for this to go over, or like wait for the class to go, like, I don't know, like, somewhere in my body did not want to be in class anymore. One other part did, which is the reason I stayed, you know, but one part of my body, like, was definitely telling me, like, dang, why you here? Like, I was like, what? So I was thinking to myself, I was like, why? Like, what the heck? I couldn't describe, but it was like presence, like, just hit me, and I was just sitting there. I kind of like stopped talking to my group too. I still was like trying to keep a positive, like aura around them, like, because like, you know, I stopped talking like this and kind of like turn my body away, because usually I like sit when I talk to group, like I open up my chest, but you know, like, I could feel it. I could feel the emotion heavily. So kind of like closed myself off. I was like, oh, I don't know. Hold on. Yeah, I like closed myself off, and I was like, this is strange. Like, this is something I enjoy, but like, in this moment, I can't. I'm not gonna spread it to others, but I can't right now. Something is physically restricting me from talking about something I really enjoy to do. And I was like, what the heck? So after the class ended, I slowly pack up my stuff, and then I'm like thinking, I was like, I'm still sad. What? I'm still feeling it. It's like, what should I do? So I was like, let's do something I like, you know. So I did one of my other hobbies, and I went to one of the dance circles I'm in, and I went to dance for like an hour, and that like boosted up my like aura, like my emotions. Like I was feeling happy at that moment again, like doing something I wanted. Well, I was already doing something I wanted before, but doing something else, like another thing that I like to do, like got me out of that situation. So like what I'm trying to say is that if you ever feel like you're in that type of emotion, like you don't know, it's just there, I would try doing something you like. If the first one, like thing you don't like to, if like, wow. If you don't like to do, if you like to do, hold on. Okay. What I'm trying to say, if your first hobby doesn't work, if for some reason like you can't get rid of that motion, try switching to another hobby. I would try at least 3 times, you know. So let's say you like learning. You learn, so you go like read like a history book, but you're not feeling yourself. So you're like, okay, let's change. Let's go to one of my other hobbies, running. You're running, your emotions, like, you get better, slightly better, but you're still somewhat down. So you switch to your third hobby, which, let's say this hobby is like watching TV, and then, bam, you're back to your normal self, or how you perceive your normal self in that situation. So now you're all happy. That's one way I can figure out how to describe. Another way, I guess, is meditation. That's one of the more difficult ones, but maybe you can find like the true solution to why you felt that way. I like to do meditation, but that's something I have not been able to figure out yet, how to solve certain emotions that I've never felt before, like nostalgia, like a sorrow for nostalgia. That emotion I cannot like figure out when I meditate in the morning. That's one of the emotions I cannot figure out still, like how one should feel about it. Going on to the next topic. It's just like, before I go on to the next topic, I'm gonna go elaborate more. Reading back on my notes, from like a other like article, it says this is like a weird type of feeling. It's like a type of sadness where I feel frustrated and irritated. I can't explain why, only that I'm feeling so many different strong emotions right now. I feel like a ticking time bomb. And the worst part is when I try to explain it to somebody, they can't understand what I'm saying, and they get frustrated, which makes you feel even worse. Okay, well, digesting that, I do agree. That's true. You know, it's one of those emotions, yeah, I feel it right now too. It's hard to explain. It's not like, it's not really sadness. It is sadness, but like, it's more like a sorrow. It's just like there. But it's hard to explain to people because it's like something you need to experience it. It's something they need to experience for them to understand how they should help you, or how they can support you. Not how they can help you, how they can support you. That's really true. Yeah, and the ticking time bomb part, yes, that's true. Like, going back to when I was in class, yes, I kind of felt like a ticking time bomb. Like I joke around with myself a lot, so in my head I was like, I can crash out right now. I can crash out in class right now. It was all in my head. Like, I was trying to like use a sense of humor to like get out of this emotion. It somewhat works, but it didn't fully, which is why I went to like the dance circle and I had fun, and that really helped me get out that emotion in those states. But yes, I was feeling like a ticking time bomb. Like, I was like, I wanted class to end. Couldn't tell you why, but like, if something happened, nothing happened. Nothing really happened, Even if something happened, I don't think I would have like crashed out, but like, yeah, there was a chance. It was not 0%. There was at least a percentage of chance that I could have crashed out. I did not, and I don't think I would have, but I'm saying that there was a chance. Like, I could feel it in my emotions that like there was something. I can't tell you what it was, but like it was bubbling up. Like, I can feel my heart pumping. It was like boom, 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 and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like take deep breaths and like try to get through class the best I can and do something I want after. Do something different that I like to do. Before I finish this off, I'm gonna do the last topic. Okay. I'm gonna be talking about sad. And I'm not talking about sad, the like One Piece fruit. Or like, not the One Piece fruit, but like the One Piece experiment. Where like, you eat it and then you become like permanently smiled. You can't express other emotions. But like sad, as in like seasonal affective disorder. Because the reason I wanted to bring this up, because it is a very small percentage, but according to like this article, it says between 0.5 and 2.4 percentage of people in the United States go through this disorder. And this disorder explains that it most commonly starts during the like early winter or spring. And when you experience this emotions, you just go through a couple of like symptoms, ranging from like difficulty of sleep, lack of energy, trouble concentrating, like fatigue, overeating, lack of like social interest, and weight gain. From these like symptoms, the ones I've been experiencing recently are like just from like today, it's just like lack of interest, like in social activities, and lack of energy. Because when I was in class, I also felt out of it. Like, I was like all of a sudden tired too. Like, I was sitting there like that. Like, I tried to still support my group, as best I could, but like I was out of it. It was almost impossible. And I wanted to bring up sad because maybe this is something I might be going through. Don't really think I am, since I'm not like going through a bunch of these symptoms, but like I haven't been experiencing 2 of them at least. And maybe some other people who are watching this video are. So I'm here to like spread the awareness. But one thing I could say, when you feel this type of wave of sadness, at least for me, like, you want to like close yourself off. I can't tell you why, but like the lack of social interest drops. You don't want to have any social activities as much. You kind of want to stay to yourself. How I explained it is like, I wanted to stay to myself, but I didn't want to hang out in my room. I still didn't want to just hang out by myself in a room. Didn't want to hang out with anybody, but I didn't want to hang out myself in my room. It was more like I want to hang out and like in this is hard to describe, but like this hyperbolic time chamber. Like if you ever watched like Dragon Ball or read the manga, it's this like oh my god, it's hard to explain. Like this, let's just call it a domain. It's like this domain. It's like, say there's Earth and then there's like this pocket dimension. It's kind of like what the hyperbolic time chamber is. It's where Goku and others like train. That's like something I wanted to go to. Like a just like empty space, just me. And I just wanted to be left alone. I didn't want to like disappear, but I just wanted to stay there for a little bit, you know, and like work on what my brain was telling me to do. I can't tell you what my brain was telling me to do or what my emotions are wanting me to do, but I wanted to just stay in there. What's I think I wanted to do is like just stay there for a little bit and like consume a bunch of like media. I feel like my brain was telling me like, dang, you're missing out on all of this stuff, even though like I know I'm not missing out on a lot of stuff. One of my emotions was like, dang, you used to do this as like a kid. You don't want to just like consume all this media. I felt like it was that emotion, type of emotion, like the nostalgia, like it wanted to do that again, to just like binge watch something. Like I still binge watch here and there, but like that's the emotion I felt like. It wanted me to do that, like leave society for a little bit and just do that. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this strange topic. Peace.